Hello, Autry. My name is Anita Foster. I'm the Library Media Specialist at Autry Middle School in Kennesaw, Georgia. And I was talking to some teachers the other day who said they had some drawing things that they needed students to do to be able to draw different things. It was two different teachers, two different subjects, so I'm not going to get into the specifics. But I thought I would do a quick mini lesson on the Paint app that we have on our school computers. So if you have a school computer, you're going to have this app. If you don't have a school computer, you will most likely have this app or something similar to it. If it's a PC, I believe it comes with all PCs. But if you have a Mac, I'm sure you have something very similar to it and maybe even more robust. Okay, so I just want to go over the basics first. Now, I've used this a few times, and I've also gotten frustrated with it a few times, so I want to get the frustration stuff out of the way. A lot of times, what I'll do is I'll go to resize it after I've already done the artwork or the drawing or putting the different images together. And if I resize it after I'm done, sometimes some of my image gets cut off. So my suggestion is at the very beginning, you resize it. So if you know what size you want, I just did an 800 by 800 square, but if you come over here to pixels, you'll see that I might change that to 500 by 500. Now, it automatically says maintain aspect ratio. If you don't want it to keep that same ratio, then you can uncheck this. So maybe if I want it 500 by 600, I can do that by unchecking that. But I'm just going to keep it 500 by 500, and that puts it there. No, that might be a little too small. It was 800 by 800. Let's do 700 now. Sometimes you just got to play with it to see if that's how you want it. I do want a square, though, so I do know that. So I want my vertical and horizontal to be the same size. Okay, so this looks good. Now, my other complaint, I guess you could call it, with this program is I cannot move this over here to the center. I wish it would automatically come to the center, like, Word and things come to the center, so my eye's not drawn over to the left, but that's how it is. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the brushes. Now, there's quite a few brushes in here, and what changes the brush is the weight of the pressure that you're putting on it. Okay, Miss Foster, you do realize that we're not actually putting pressure on it. Yes, I do. However, just imagine that when you have different things in your hand, the harder you press down, the more ink sometimes that goes on it. So let's think of like a marker or a paintbrush or something like that. When you draw on a piece of paper, if you're using a paintbrush, you're going to get more of the color on there. If you're using a crayon, it's going to be kind of spotty. So I'm just going to real quick show you some of these. Now this, of course, is the paintbrush. And if I wanted to change the size or the color, I would come over here and do that. So let's just do it again. And I'm going to change the size. So this is the paintbrush. This is like a calligraphy pen. So you see the edges are a little bit shakier, like a calligraphy pen. This is more of another calligraphy pen. I think it's more narrow, it is. Do you see how the ends, when I lift up, didn't do it there. So when I started, see how it's more narrow? Like a true calligraphy pen. This one is a spray bottle, like spray paint. This one is another type of a brush. It's thicker, but look how it starts out with its kind of, when you do paint, now our art teachers would know much better, but when you do start to paint and when you pick up, you see the difference on the ends with the pressure. And this is the crown. You see it's more spotty. This is a marker. This is a pencil. Notice right away it got much thinner. Even though my size is still... Oh no, it changed my size too. So that's the pencil. And here's another one of the brushes. Notice on that one, it's more like a watercolor brush. I don't know if that's even what it's called. You have a, yep, watercolor brush. But you see how it's more translucent on the top and then thicker on the bottom, like a watercolor would when you're painting that. Alright, so what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to erase all this. I think I can come over here to thickness as well. I wish it was like the Smart Board where I could just go around everything. Let me see if that's how it is. I don't think so. And on the Smart Board, you go around and you tap it in the middle and it's all gone. I could also just clear it off. That might be what I'll do. Is I will just say new. Don't save. Alright, so that was me going through the brushes for you. Alright? The other thing, I'm going to go back up here to the pencil. The other thing that I want to show you real quick is the shapes. So sometimes people will say, Miss Foster, I can't draw. Well, you don't always have to draw. You can use overlaying shapes to create your drawing. So what I'm going to do is just use some of these shapes that are up here and create something. So I might want a rounded rectangle. But you know what? Maybe I don't want it white in the middle. I might want it yellow in the middle. So maybe I will, oh, it filled it in as black. Let's fill it in as yellow. Okay, so maybe that's the color I want for that. And then maybe I'll do a circle up here and it's automatically going to go with whatever that first color is, but maybe I want this to be a different color there. And then I can just color that in. And maybe I want triangle arms. And maybe I want this to be a different color as well. But notice it's only coloring in that section. Once it goes over another color, you have to click that twice. And that's fine. I actually like that. I like that I don't have to, color in the wrong area. So I can go through here and I can make anything I want. And the cool thing too is I can move it after I've already put it on. And typically in one of the corners you can rotate it, but it doesn't look like you can rotate this one. Alright, I'm going to undo that because that was kind of cool like that. So, but you can make your drawings any way you want to. You can use the pencil or the brushes and decide which one you want to use and change the thickness over here and select the color that you want and make the drawings your own. Now, I will tell you this also. If you have a mouse, I do not have a mouse on this computer right now, but if you have a mouse, they say that it is much easier to draw. There are even some tablets with pens that you can hook up to your device if you really like getting into this and drawing your own stuff that you can use to draw with. So you're drawing on a tablet with a pen, but it's going directly to your computer. So you hook it up to your computer. The other thing I want to show you is these are the basic colors, but if I want to click here and edit colors, I can come in here and choose thousands of colors. Okay, so it's what I make it. Okay, Miss Foster, now I've made it. What do I do with it after this? So you just go up to File, and you're going to do save or save as, and then it gives you the options over here: PNG, JPEG, BMP, a GIF, or other formats. Well, the best quality for an image is a PNG, in my opinion. So at least right now in 2020, okay? So I'm going to click PNG picture, and then I can save it to the file that I want to save it to on my desktop. Then I need to make sure that I name the file. And I would not name it artwork. I would name it whatever the project is that you're working on. And then I can save it to a file on my desktop, and then I can upload it to anything that I need to upload it to. Okay, so this is a great tool to make logos, or just play around with and make some creative artwork. I'd love to see what you come up with and what you do. I'm not going to save mine, but I would love to see what you come up with and you can do for your classes. All right, Autry, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you learned something.